You know, ladies and gentlemen, if I could eat a specific type of food for the rest of my life every day, I think that I would probably pick Brazilian food. Just have some rice and beans with some side dishes, 1 to 2 cuts of meat, right? That is really my gig. After all, I was born and raised in Brazil. And if you are watching this YouTube video, you probably have your favorites as well, right? The types of cuisine and the types of dishes that you like to eat the most. Well, I tell you what, when it comes to fishing, it is really not that different. Different species of fish actually prefer different types of baits. They have their own little favorites as well, which is why today I am bringing the whole buffet to the Edmonds Fishing Pier. Oh, with me over here, I got 4 different types of baits, 2 different types of shrimp, not to mention one of them was like $17 a pound prawns. We also got some oysters and some mussels. Let me tell you all something, okay? The fish are in for a good treat today. Look at that. Look at the size of this shrimp, right? Dude, look at the size of this oyster. I kid you not, when I opened it this morning, I wanted to eat it myself. These fish are legit eating better than I'm eating. You know what I've been eating every morning here at the hotel at the Best Western? Some egg and sausages and potatoes on the continental breakfast. But anyways, the main objective of this video is pretty much to see if we will be able to land more species of fish compared to the previous video on the channel, now that we have more bait diversity. So the food for thought here is, does more bait diversity brings you more fish diversity as a live lister? This is something for you to contemplate about as you watch this video. That being said, it is about 7:30 a.m. right here in Edmonds, and let's get ready to get on the pier and get the grinding started. I have to say, the water is looking pretty good. You can actually see a bunch of the smaller species swimming right under the water surface. Those are actually shiner perch, the Sematogaster aggregata, and the tide seems to be, I'm not sure, I need to double check, but it is pretty high at the moment. I think I'm going to get started today with just the mighty shrimp. This is the type of bait that I carry with me all around, right? If you guys have watched the videos here on the YouTube channel, then you guys know that everywhere I go around the country, the shrimp is always with me. It is one of those trusted baits that just catches everything out there. I am being a little bit daring today too, so I kind of changed up my rig. I'm using a high-low rig right now with 2 hooks instead of 1, because right now I am a little bit more familiar with the snags over here at the pier, right? I would like to emphasize that throughout this entire video, I am still going to be using barbless hooks, all right? So let's do a little test right over here. These are size 10 barbless, and as you guys can see, right, through it goes and then just pops right back, just like that. There is no barb on the stuff whatsoever. I believe that we caught 4 different species of fish on the video yesterday. So I mean, will we be able to catch more than 4 in today's video? I think so. Let's get the fishing started. Okay, there we go. Well, that didn't take long. Got a hit off the bottom already. Is it on? If it is, it's very tiny. I do hope it is not a shiner perch though. There are shiner perch everywhere over here this morning. Yeah, look at that. It is a shiner perch indeed. Sematogaster aggregata, right? Hey, at least we caught one. Just to say that we caught one. I'm gonna save this little fella as bait too. So these little fellas are actually pretty good to be used either as cut bait or even as live bait over here on the pier, and I'm assuming the entire Puget Sound really, they are everywhere like the plague. I just caught a few over here to save it for later today and just kind of to show you guys that they showed up. But the thing is, when you're live listing, sometimes you do need to go through dozens of these to actually get to the species that you really want to. Yesterday, after I shot the previous video on the channel, I used some shrimp right around this area, and I actually caught 2 new lifers, right, that were just amongst the schools of shiner perch. The first one being the Pacific tomcod, and the second one being the speckled sand dab. So you guys see, sometimes, yeah, these are indeed very annoying. However, you just never know what might show up, right? So I'm gonna work the pylons over here a little bit more in hopes that a new lifer really comes up. There's something that doesn't feel like a shiner perch. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, a little flounder of some sort, huh? Now that is a pretty cool catch. Just a tiny piece of mussel. This is so funny, isn't it? I was just telling you guys how I got a speckled sand dab yesterday, right around this area. I switched to the mussel, right? And check this out, right? Just one tiny piece of mussel on the hook like that. Cast it out there, drag it along the bottom, and this little fella showed up. Now, I am not entirely sure what this is. There are many flatfishes here in the Pacific that I don't really have yet. Other than the fact that this is a beautiful sample, I am really not sure of anything. So I'm going to leave a few photos here in this video, and if you are in the Pacific Northwest and you know what this is, please let me know. Obviously, I have brought identification books with me, so I am going to check later today when I'm back at the hotel. That being said, I did send these photos already to my fellow live lister Vince, aka Prickly is Scoping. He is really the ID master when it comes to the West Coast species. Once I kind of hear back from him, I'm going to know 100%. But for now, let's just release this little fella. I took plenty of photos. Feisty little one, and this is our second species of this video too, huh? Look at that. Well, definitely not eating that one, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a little while for him to go down, but he will eventually go down. I just changed the water in my jackal bucket over here. It is very important that you have very cold water for this fish and keep them in here. But all right, that makes it 2 species on 2 different baits out of 4, huh? Not bad. I think I'm going to work this mussel a little bit more because the shrimp, only the shiner perch were on the shrimp. You know what, this mussel business is actually not that bad. You just get one of them and you crack it open, and the part that we really want, oh okay, this one cracked really badly, but I was going to say the part that we really want is actually this right over here. I don't know about the rest of the mussel, but this right over here, it stays on the hook really good. What do they call this stuff? It's like the mussel's labium or something. I'm just making this up. I don't know the anatomy of the mussel, but you guys get the idea, right? This is the good stuff right here. You just thread this stuff on the barbless hook like you are putting a worm on, and this stuff actually stays on the hook pretty darn good, I have to say. I don't use this type of bait very often, but if it allows me to catch flatfishes or different stuff, why not? Put it down. Don't tell me shiner perch found it. Kind of feels like a shiner. Wait, could not be a shiner perch. Oh, wait, that's very cool. That is very cool. There's another one of those little tiny flounder that I have absolutely no idea what it is, but look, does it look the same to you guys? Does it look different? I don't know. Look at the size of that little thing in the bucket right over here inside the jackal egg bucket. Perfect advertisement for the little bucket too, huh? I just took a few shots of this dude in the water, and you can kind of see the little dots light up along the dorsal fin and the anal fin. I am pretty sure that these little fellas that I've been catching are actually the speckled sand dab, the Sitahictis stigmaeus. Check that out. Now that is a gorgeous, gorgeous sample right over here, huh? Truly phenomenal little fish. Not a lifer though, since I've caught this yesterday already. Swimming slowly towards the depths of the Puget Sound. You know, I gotta tell you all, this sound is very, very strange. Conditions over here change in a heartbeat. Suddenly, it's gotten a little bit misty out here. What is gonna be next? Monsters are going to start showing up? And yesterday too, you know, everything was normal, and then give it or take 15 minutes, it got so windy out here that now I'm always carrying an extra layer just in case that happens. Anyways, we got some speckled sand dab. Vince just confirmed that the bigger one was also one of those. I kind of decided to switch to oysters now. Now let me tell you, I have never used oysters as bait. I kind of realized that the whole thing is just like a big pouch of meat that can fall off the hook very easily, and I am using barbless hooks, right? So I think I'm going to just very gently drop these oysters along the pilings, right, or along the rocks to see if anything is going to get it. I'm using a 1 ounce size sinker. Hopefully this plan is going to work. Oh, got a hit on the oyster, man. Oh my lord, got a hit, nice hit on the oyster. What we got here on the oyster? Oh no, it's a rockfish. That's what it came up on the oyster. It is a rockfish. We have to release this immediately. So immediately goes, I believe that this is a brown rockfish. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, all right? Back it goes. Boom. Like I said, Puget Sound, not supposed to be targeting those. Bycatch, but that was on the oyster pouch. Not bad.
I saw you threw back your appetizer.
Oh yeah, that was a rockfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you after, perch or?
Anything that bites. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but oh, look at that. That was something cool. I don't know what it was, but that was definitely something cool. Probably a scoping or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm just baiting with like a...
I see what you're saying, doing.
Yeah, and I'm just casting right next to the piling. Yeah.
Jellyfish down there?
Yeah, those are jellyfish. Those I don't touch. Yeah. Yes.
I don't either.
That is crazy. I'm down to my last oyster already, last pouch. And what I do is I cut them in half so I can use them a little bit more. But you guys can see, right, how the stuff is nasty and disgusting like this, right? And the fish absolutely love it. Definitely worth it to get some of these. So oysters are definitely good bait. Definitely good bait. Throw that oyster down there. It's like a pouch of meat filled with sand. You can see the white mist come out of it. Kind of reminds me of chicken liver. This is like the chicken liver of the sea. And I'm pretty confident I just lost a life or two when I was talking to those fellas. Some type of big sculpin inhaled the entire pouch and it got unhooked right in front of me. That's the sad thing about using barbless hooks, you know, but it's working. At least the stuff is working. Got a hit again on the oyster. I got it. Something on the oyster that I don't think I have yet. On the oyster, boy. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Are you for real? It's another rockfish. But this time is a quillback. Looks like a quillback rockfish. What is going... I mean, the oyster is really, really good, but this rockfish, you know, and I have all these species already. All right, release it immediately. You guys saw I did not take photos of it. I am using a Gamakatsu barbless hook. All right, let's do the test again. Yo, you guys see that? Boom, look at that. Oh, actually, this is a little bit too thick, but right over here, look, went right through it, right? Kind of ruining my clothes for this test, but you know what? The oyster is a good bait. It's a good bait, but it's going way too fast. Wow, as you guys can see, no oyster left behind, huh? That went so fast. You guys didn't really get to see it, but I mean, it was bite after bite. A little less than 30 minutes, the entire thing was gone. You know what is something funny that has been happening today here at the pier, right? The locals, they pass here all the time. Folks exercise over here. There are photographers that come around, right? Plus the fishermen, they don't know that I'm shooting a video, right, for the channel. So they come and they take a look at the bait box, right? And they see all this combination, like this smorgasbord of seafood here. And they see me catch 4-inch fish, you know? They're probably thinking, man, these fish are eating really damn good. Well, I tell you what, they're eating good indeed, all right? Because now we're going to switch to 17 bucks a pound shrimp, man. And the action is pretty hot around that pylon. I am pretty positive that I actually lost a lifer over there. So I am a little bit pissed. All right, let's get to work. Premium shrimp soaking down there. Having a little snack over here. Pillsbury mini bagel, cinnamon creamy cheese. And just like that, look, the mist is gone. We got the ferry right over there. It's turning out to be a beautiful day. Getting a little bit warmer now too. Salmon anglers not catching anything. Yeah, everything same as always. Tiny. Maybe shiner perch are all the way out there. Premium shrimp not doing so premium right now. Gee, shiner perch are just everywhere. Even all the way out there. I've been chunking pieces of premium shrimp out there on the ultralight and even on the big rod. Nothing. And you know what's the worst thing too? It's about lunchtime right now. Look at that, 12 p.m. It's about time to call it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you guys, but I learned a lot on the pier today just by shooting this YouTube video. You know, out of the 4 baits that we used over here today, very surprisingly, the oyster was the one that worked the best. The bites were almost instant, but the problem is the oyster is just very hard to hook, and it is very hard for it to stay on the hook, right? And then also very surprisingly, the bait that worked the least was the premium shrimp. Shrimp wasn't so premium, you know? Not gonna lie, I mean, it wasn't really so different than the $8 shrimp, right? $10 more than the other one. I guess one of the benefits of it is that the shrimp is bigger and it's sturdier, so it actually stays on the hook better, especially since we're using barbless hooks over here. I think at nighttime when I come back and I soak that shrimp for some like nighttime still fishing, that is going to be much better. That being said, we caught quite a bunch of different species in this video, right? It may not be you know, higher than the number of species that we caught in the previous video, but overall for this fishing trip, I think it is going to be a great advantage for me that I have all this bait variety with me, right? I'm going to get some lunch now, and then I'm going to come back and do some more fishing. So I mean, stay tuned. You guys are going to see Edmonds Pier here on the channel for quite a while. We have so many more lifers to catch over here. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, for you guys, a few days. Tight lines. Thanks for watching, and take it easy. Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get that oyster, boy. Get that oyster. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What is going on here? Dude, we are catching all the rockfish over here on the oyster. I did not even realize that the oyster, I mean the rockfish, like the oyster so much. I don't even know what these species are, right now anymore. If you know, you let me know, alright? But action has been hot on the oyster. I'm almost out of it.